Well, hello everyone. My name is Dar Rath, and I am the pastor at Faith Lutheran Church in Port Elgin. During the COVID shutdown, I sent out interesting stories and little tidbits by email, and people seemed to really enjoy them because they were brief and they were short. And this went on actually for 2 years. But now I'm able to have the opportunity to record these little stories. And so I hope you find them meaningful. Some of them may be funny, and others will just simply, hopefully, give you something to think about. So I'll be sending these out each week. So here we go. This is the first one. This is called Never Too Old to Live Your Dreams. There once was a young man I called Joe, who went to the local university to study. On the first day of class, the professor asked the students to get to know someone they didn't already know. As Joe stood up to look around, a gentle hand touched his shoulder. When he turned around, he found it was a little old lady with a radiant smile. She said, "Hi, handsome. My name is Rose. I'm 87. Can I give you a hug?" Joe laughed and enthusiastically said, "Of course you may." And she gave him a great big hug. "Why are you in college at your age?" Joe asked. Rose jokingly said, "Well, I'm here to find a rich husband and get married and have a couple of kids." Joe said, "No, seriously. I'm curious why you're in college at the age of 87. Rose replied, "I have always dreamed of having a college education, and now I'm getting one." After class, Rose and Joe went to the student union to get a milkshake and talk, and they became instant friends. And for the rest of the semester, Joe and Rose would leave class together and talk non-stop. Joe was fascinated by Rose's wisdom and her stories. Over the course of the year, Rose became quite the celebrity on campus and made friends easily wherever she went. She loved to dress up and revel in the attention of the young students when they showered it upon her. She was truly living it up. At the end of the semester, the football team invited Rose to be the speaker at their annual banquet. As she walked up to the podium to give her prepared speech, Rose dropped her 3x5 cards on the floor on which she had written her notes. Frustrated and embarrassed, she leaned into the microphone and said, "I'm so sorry, I'm so jittery. I gave up beer for Lent, and this whiskey is killing me. I'll never get my speech cards back in order, so just let me tell you what I know." After the laughter died down, Rose said, "We don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing." There are just 4 things you need to stay young and be happy and achieve success. First, you have to laugh and find humor in every day. Second, you need to have a dream. When you lose your dreams, you die. Many people walk around as though they are dead, for they don't have dreams. Third, remember that there is a difference between growing old and growing up. If you are 19 and lie in bed for a full year and don't do one productive thing, you will turn 20. Anybody can grow older, for that doesn't take any talent or ability. The idea is to grow up by always finding opportunities to change and have no regrets. And the fourth, the elderly don't have regrets for what we did, but rather for the things we did not do. The only people who fear death are those with regrets. When Rose finished her speech, she sang "The Rose" to the guests, and then she taught them the lyrics and challenged them to live them in their lives. Rose went on to finish college, and 1 week after her graduation, she died in her sleep. 2,000 college students came to her funeral, and they of the dear friend who had taught them by her shining example of zestful living that is never too late to be all they can be. From looking at Rose's life, we see the Spirit at work. Joy, growth, humor, love, and tenderness radiated from Rose. And because of this, hearts were changed. As we continue our life journey this week, it would be good to ask ourselves how our lives radiate joy and enthusiasm and growth that shows so brightly in the life of Rose. This story was written by Dan Clark and is written in a book written by Reverend Robert J. Coos. This essay is packed with wisdom because we all know people in this area who are in their 80s and their 90s who have a zest for life. They are positive and they inspire us to get involved in our world. And our world is pretty heavy right now, so it's wonderful to have people around who will be inspiring and hopeful. We also know that there are young people in our area who are making very positive decisions about the path that they're taking in their lives, and they will make a contribution to our world in a positive way. So thanks for taking the time today. Thanks for taking 5 with me, and blessings on your day.